What's up, everybody? Happy Monday. Welcome to the Savage Over Average podcast, the podcast where we show you how to unleash your inner fucking beast and get after it. I'm your host, and I'm right here with
Lupe.
and
Martin.
And as you can see, we got fucking new merch again. We're rocking these fucking gangster ass fucking hats. Shouts out to Michelle. Thank you very much.
Appreciate it.
Marcelo.
Hell yeah. And the shirts. And we're taking pre-orders. So we're going to start selling this. If you guys are interested, you guys want to support the channel, hit us up. Let us know. Send us a message on our Instagrams, Savage Over Average Podcast.
That's right.
And we'll be able to get you guys some. We appreciate you guys. And today we're going to do a dive into Martin right here. We're going to go into his background. What makes him a savage. And yeah, that's what we're going to get. His background, what makes him a savage, and a little bit more about him. Everybody wants to know about him. I want to know more about him too. So that's what we're going to dive into.
Sounds good, man.
How's that sound?
That sounds good.
And then you want to know more about him too, right?
Yeah, I do. I've
Yeah.
heard a lot of stuff, but I want to know what
From him. You want to see if it's true.
Yeah.
All right. And before that, we want to remind you guys about the 5K run for Fatherless Children. You want to tell them about it, Lupe?
Yeah. So it's called Race for Rewritten, and then it's a 5K. It's gonna be Sunday, June 9th. So show up. You can sign up. Registration from February 14th through March 31st is $40. If for regular registration, if we don't do the early bird one, it'll be $50. And if we do late registration, which is anywhere from May to June 9th, it'll be $65. And race starts at 7:30, but if you're gonna check in, make sure you get there at 6:15. That's when the check-in starts, so 7:15. So
Yeah, so you guys make sure you register early, and we'll see you guys there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're going to be there for sure.
and if you want some more details, you can actually hit up their Instagram. It's called Rewritten Official, and then the post is there, and you can see what else they're about. So
Yeah, go check that shit out. Hell yeah. Shit's going to be dope as fuck. So you guys ready?
Let's do it.
let's do it.
So where do you want to start? Where would you like to start?
Oh, man. Well, it's been a long journey. It's been, 35 years now. So
35 years old.
yeah, so I feel like I've been around a little bit. I've seen it all, done it all. I mean, there's still a lot more to learn and to see, but definitely been, through some ups and downs, some struggles.
Yeah.
But yeah, you guys tell me, man. Where should I start? What do you guys want to hear? What do you think the viewers want to hear?
I think kind of where you said in Mexico, right? You were born in Mexico.
Okay.
I think a lot of people are taken surprised by that. I know I was surprised by that.
Yeah. A lot of people think I'm from like Texas.
Nah, I don't see no Texas.
No.
They always tell me I don't know something about my accent, which I don't know what my accent is. But I was born in Mexico, Mexicali. And at 4 years old, I was actually shipped out to the United States, out to Whittier, because that's when my dad had passed away. So at 4 years old, I was hanging out regular day at home, with moms, pops. Grandma had came out to visit from U.S. to Mexico because one, to come visit me, and my sister had just been born. So she was there, and my dad was just one of those guys that would just take me everywhere. He was proud of me. He was a proud father. So he kept me in his arms everywhere he went. And that day, luckily, my grandma was there to kind of stop him from taking me where he was going. And he's like, swag it, I'll be right back, with me in his arms. And she's like, okay, be right back, but you're not taking him with you. And he kind of fought her, in a good way. Like, no, we'll be right back, She's like, the hell you are? He's staying here.
Yeah.
So anyways, long story short, man, he took off without me. His brothers, his sisters were in the vehicle, and they got in a car accident. And he was, in that vehicle, he was the one that didn't make it out. So he passed away. All my other uncles and my aunts, they had major injuries, but they lived through, neck injuries, leg injuries, steel plates and all that stuff. So that being said, if I would have been in that car, man, I would have been here with you guys. So
Do you remember? Do you remember like him trying to take you? And did you want to go?
I don't. I
Okay.
don't remember that. Honestly, I don't. But I do remember when I was crossing the border. Now that we were out this way, and I remember I knew something was up. You know, I knew something had changed.
So did they tell you that he passed away, or they just,
Oh,
you
no.
he just never came back, and
He
you
just never came back, bro.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to tell a kid that too. So yeah.
So my grandma brought me out here while my mom stayed out there to do, you know, the whole funeral and everything that needs to get done. In Mexico, it's a lot faster in what they do, the process out here. You know, out here, it's like somebody passes away, funeral is like, almost feels like it's a month later.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Over there is, a couple days later, it's all said and done. But my grandma and my grandpa, they brought me to the U.S., so now I was living with them. And it was just an instant change, you know, from being with moms and pops, and now I was living with grandma and grandpa.
What age did you find out? Did they tell you, or when did you realize, like, I don't think he's coming back?
Probably like around like, once I started going to like elementary school, like preschool and first grade, you know what I mean? That's, preschool and then kindergarten, right? I was skipping kinder. I think at that age, bro, because obviously everyone's getting dropped off by their parents. Parents are packing them lunch. Parents are kissing them goodbye. I didn't have that, bro. Like, I had my mom, and then we were living with my grandpa and my grandma and my grandpa. So he was like my father figure from the beginning, you know, growing up. And he was in the Navy. He was in the Vietnam War. So at least he was a good role model.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
A strong role model.
Yeah.
Old school too.
Oh, big time.
I'm pretty sure. You know what I mean?
Big time. So I feel like I picked up a lot of his habits. Like my siblings, sometimes they say like, "You're just like grandpa." Like, you know what I mean? If we leave the lights on, you're like complaining, "Why are the lights on?" Like, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
the TV, no one's watching TV. Why is it on? You know what I mean? Like just a lot of little things, but those were embedded from early age. Yeah.
For sure. And then, so what age did they tell you, like, confirm? Like, do you remember or no? Like, because you said when you went to school, you kind of realized it, but
Yeah.
did they have a conversation? Do you remember, like, them telling you? Or you finding out? Did you hear?
or did you ask? Did you ask him after, like?
Yeah.
I don't know what age I was, man.
It's like way younger, like 10, 12 or something? Or
Yeah, younger than that for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, younger than that. Obviously, I want to say maybe at 7 years old, because that's when I was like able to develop and talk and kind of like ask questions.
And you're the oldest or the youngest?
I'm the oldest.
Okay, you're the oldest.
Yeah.
And you have siblings, right?
So I got one sister with from my mom and dad, and then another sister that my dad had with another woman, which I consider still my sister.
Yeah.
I mean, like I know some people say half sister. I don't like to say that. And then I got two other sisters because my mom remarried, so those are my younger two. So yeah, in total I got 4 sisters, bro.
And no brothers.
No brothers.
So how was that growing up?
I guess you can say challenging.
Yeah, I could imagine.
Challenging. You want to be a good role model from the beginning. 2, you just hope that they grow up well and make good decisions on their own too, because time flies.
Yeah.
I remember them being a baby, being young, taking care of them, watching cartoons with them, feeding them, because mom and stepdad, they were always at work.
Yeah.
So for the most part, like I was at home with them.
So you were like a parent.
In a way.
I mean, if I asked them, I'm pretty sure they'd say that they see you as a parent,
Yeah.
right? Because you said you take care of them.
Yeah, but I wasn't. I was more the big brother.
You guys are closer in age?
We're all like 4 years apart.
Oh, so not too much.
Yeah.
Yeah, where it's like, when it's older, then that's when it's like, seems more like a parent, right?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I feel like I was more just a big brother and looking out for them, and like we're hungry, trying to find something in the fridge and put something together.
Yeah.
Because mom was working, I think, the day shift, and then stepdad was working like the night shift. So it was crazy, bro.
Yeah. And what about like yourself in middle school?
Okay.
Because that's like right kind of after, right?
Right. So
Because I seen some pictures you posted on Instagram of you back in the days,
yeah. So
right? Not too long ago, right?
right. So middle school, that's when we moved out to San Bernardino, because we were living. At first, I was living in Whittier for a couple years. And then from Whittier, we went to Ontario. That's where I went to elementary school. Started middle school 1 year, and then I got transferred out to San Bernardino. So I think that was like a crucial movement because it was a change of scenery, like completely. And at that age, that's when things are going down. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
as far as like, you can, there's two paths. You can go the good way or the bad way real quick. And moving to San Bernardino, like, it was tough, bro. Like, you know, it's active.
Anybody around here knows how San Bernardino is and shit.
Everyone's wilding out. Well, I was riding a bus to get to school, you know, in a bus of, I don't know, 20, 30 people. Got the bad kids, you got the good kids sitting in the front, you know, and the bad kids in the back.
So where'd you sit?
I was in the back seat.
Oh shit!
Yeah, I was hanging out in the back. But you know, and then right after the bus, people were fighting. At school, people were, you know, doing, you know, riots and fights and just trying to stay on track, bro.
Yeah.
I remember us ditching the school bus in the morning just so we can walk to school.
So you could be cool.
So we could be cool, walk to school, and get to class late. You know what I mean? We would get to school like during lunchtime.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, we had like another class or two, and it was done. We were back home.
It's crazy how you think you're cool doing that shit, right?
Right.
And then after you grow up, you have to make time to go to fucking school.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
You gotta catch up. Yeah.
Which that did end up happening in high school.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to catch
What high
up.
school did you go to?
I ended up going to, before I get to that, I'll get to that, but due to the crowd I was hanging out with in middle school, my mom didn't want me to go to the high school that everybody was going to go to, you know what I mean, all that whole crowd. So that being said, she sent me to Redlands High School, which is the next couple cities down that, you know, a lot nicer, a lot more.
Big different culture change right there for sure.
I guess you can say Caucasians.
Yeah.
You know, it was more white people, you know what I mean? More people with money on that end. And I don't blame her. I think that was a good move. Did I like it?
Yeah, I was
No.
about to say, at the time, did you like?
Absolutely not. I hated it.
Pissed you off?
I was mad. I hated it. I hated the school. I just didn't want to be there.
Yeah.
Like she took me away from. Keep in mind, I had just got to San Bernardino, you know, so like a year or two, I had to make friends. And now I made some friends. Now you're taking me away again, you know what I mean? Like first I left Mexico. Now we're in Ontario. Now we're in San Bernardino. Now you're putting me at Redlands? Like, are you kidding me? So anyways, the reason for that move was because I had two cousins that were going to that school. And they were doing really good. They had good grades. That high school had like a nursing program. My aunt she worked in the office. So she's like, you know.
Oh, and keep eyes on you.
Exactly. So even though that didn't work, man, I was still getting in trouble. I completely failed like probably every single class. And I just begged my mom. I was like, hey, just put me back to, you know, my original school, which was San G. Shout out to San G. Spartans out there.
Cool.
I just asked her. I was like, you know what I mean? Put me back, and I promise you, like, I'm gonna do my best.
Yeah.
And so I did my freshman year in Redlands, and I came back as a sophomore back to my original school where with the stomping grounds.
Yeah.
So that was the high school I ended up being and graduated from.
So since I've known you, you had like a lot of jobs, right?
Yeah.
So after high school, did you go to college or what was your first job? I'm curious because since I've known you, you've had quite a bit of jobs. You're always kind of like, next one, like nothing's gonna stop you, right? You kind of just like if something, some people they get fired and they're down for a day or two, a week. I don't know what to do. You're like you had some shit lined up already.
Yeah.
So which one was your first one, or did you go to college or after high school?
Well, my first job, official job,
For the record and shit.
Because for summer schools, I was during summer school, I would go work with my uncle. He was doing garage doors, so he would take me with him, and I would help him put garage doors up as a young kid. He would do like 3 houses, and I'll be barely doing one. But it was a learning experience. Got to work hands on.
That's not the uncle that I met, right? The one that used to work at Buffalo Wild Wings?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, that's his older brother.
Okay.
So so he worked for a company, doing garage doors. He would take me with him, and he showed me the ropes, showed me the get down, and even though I was a little slow. But yeah, man, I was getting down, putting some garage doors up. So that was a learning experience. And I think it was during my senior year, I started working at McDonald's.
Yeah.
That's right. McDonald's gang.
Yeah, I was working at McDonald's. On top of that, like I had to play catch up because I had failed so many classes and so many like wasted years
Yeah.
in school. So I had to go. I did adult school to catch up on credits. I had, I think it was like a 0 or 7 period, like an extra class, like in the day, just so I can try to make up. So that was a pain in the ass.
Damn.
I got kicked out from the soccer team and the basketball team because I couldn't keep up my grades. So I wish I would have kept my grades up so I could have, maybe got a scholarship playing sports or just been a little more involved.
Yeah.
But I was more on the streets than anything, bro. Like, so that didn't go that way. But as far as jobs, so I had the McDonald's, and then I graduated, I did 3 years in wood shop in high school. So due to that, I was in the advanced wood shop class, and the instructor there, if this video gets out to him, shout out to Mr. Ryan Wool. I still remember his name.
If anybody knows him, send him this video right here.
Yeah, Ryan Wool. Last time I heard, he was after being an instructor for the woodshop class for many years, he moved on to be a principal out like in the desert, like Palm Springs or somewhere out there. But yeah, good guy.
Yeah.
He you can say maybe like a father figure in a little bit because like when you have a dad, they teach you how to build shit. They teach you how to put stuff together, how to work with tools and stuff, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So I learned, and I remember they took us on a field trip to this company. It was a cabinet shop, and only like selected few were like able to get hired on to this company. So I was one of the ones that chose to work. I didn't have much plans on going to college. I've always kind of been against the system. I feel like, like people will just go to college and get in debt. I would always hear that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you're in college, you're in debt, and like you got all these loans, and you're making less money than the person working. So
Like it's a scam and shit.
right. So I always kind of felt like it was a scam, bro.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm gonna avoid the system. I'm gonna get to work. So and anyways, I got hired, started working there. And that was one of my first jobs, bro. Like official, real jobs, like grown man jobs, like not
Manual labor.
not no McDonald's. No offense to McDonald's workers, but like now we're manual labor. You're building shit. You're working on machinery. You got to be careful. You cut a finger off easy.
Hell yeah.
Saws, CNC machines, putting cabinets together. So, and I started from the bottom, working there from cleaning the cabinets. That's like the entry level. From cleaning to building to cutting the material, making them, delivering them. They trust, as a young kid, I was young too. They trusted me with keys of the work trucks, and like the big U-Haul like delivery trucks.
Yeah.
And I'm I was delivering these cabinets to wherever they needed to go. We did a lot of jobs for like hospitals and schools and stuff like that. So I enjoyed it, man.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
How long were you there for?
I think I was there for about 1.5 years,
Oh, okay.
perhaps. Yeah. Was there for 1.5 years. Got a couple friends, a job in there, and made a lot of friends and a lot of memories there for sure.
That sounds cool right there. It's always those jobs that, you know what I mean, that are the funnest.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When you're building shit like that.
Yeah.
But right now you're in sales, right?
Right.
What do you do right now, currently?
So right now I do. I'm in car sales, and I'm also a distributor for a medical device company, and then it's a global, and it's more like how can I say? It's I'm an independent distributor for them, and we help people better their lifestyle through better health.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I do. It's kind of like network marketing,
Yeah.
and it's a high ticket affiliate program, pretty much.
So when did you want to switch? Because sales is kind of like you got to be a hustler and shit, right?
It's competitive, huh?
Yeah. So when did you switch to like building the cabinets to more like that's like commission, right?
Right.
When did you switch to that, or what made you want to switch to that? Because
Well,
it's not for everybody, right? Sales is could be tough and shit. Not
Right.
everybody could do it.
Yeah.
that's right.
Is this something that you had like you kind of just gifted, or you had to work at it, or how long did it take you? You know what I mean?
Well, after I left the cabinet shop, I left to I moved to Colorado.
I forgot about that.
Yeah. So I moved to Colorado. The cabinet shop, they were like penny pinching on giving people raises and stuff. And one of my friends was like, "Hey, like, what do you think about going to Arizona?" I'm like, "Let's do it, man." And we were gonna go to Arizona to go to school to become like X-ray technicians because that's what his brother was doing, and I thought it was cool, you know, at that time too. Because in high school I had broken a finger, and when I broke my finger, I was just talking to the X-ray technician that was helping me out and do, you know, all the shots on my finger and my nail and all that. And I'm like, damn, this is a cool job, and I'm pretty sure they get paid really good, you know. And then now I'm Googling, I'm searching, I'm like, yeah, they get paid pretty good. They're not doing much, like they're just like literally putting my finger on this and pressing a button, you know. So I was like, okay, let's go do that, like for sure. So I went home, grabbed all my clothes. I was like, Mom, I'm leaving. She's like, for real? Like, where do you like that?
Just told her straight up, I gotta go.
Yeah, I'm leaving. And where to? I was like, Arizona. So I remember clearly, bro, I had like basketball shorts on, flip-flops, Laker jersey, thinking I'm going to Arizona. And maybe like 30 minutes into the drive, the homie's brother calls and he's like, hey, you know what? I don't think it's a good idea if you guys come. Right. Like
I was like, what the fuck?
yeah, he said because
What do you mean? I got all my shit packed, dog.
Told my mom I was leaving.
Right. He's like, you guys missed signups. You guys missed the signups. And, you know, maybe come back next year and we'll try again next year, you know. Now that I'm older, maybe his wife's like, what do you mean your brother and his homie are coming over here? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know how it is. But so anyways, we ended up switching routes and we're like, Colorado, let's do it. We ended
Damn,
up
just like that.
just like that, man. So we
Shit. Was that like a hard decision, or it was kind of like
no, it was just a spur of the moment. We were already
Yeah.
Already on the roll.
Yeah, we're already on a good one. We're already hyped up. You know, we're moving. We're young.
You always been like that though? Like just make a decision like that?
Yeah.
Because you know, it's not everybody. I'm not like that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You, to this day, you're still like that?
Yeah.
Like fuck it, let's go.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I trust my intuition. You know what I mean?
Optimistic? Is that like?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like life is like a mystery box. Like
Have you always trusted your intuition? Or-
yeah,
yeah.
all the
Okay.
time. I mess up a lot.
Yeah.
Sometimes I don't. It's not the best decision. You know what I mean? But at least I find out.
Because I feel like I've kind of learned to trust my intuition, but it's like it wasn't always like that. I had to like build that relationship somewhat. So that's why I was asking.
Yeah, I just feel like, you know, life is like a box of chocolate. You never know what you're gonna
Yeah.
get. So I just roll the dice, bro, and hope for the best. And you know, and we're only young once. You know, what I mean?
Yeah.
We only live once, so it's kind of like it's to me, life is an experience. You know what I mean? Because I feel like if you just stick, the way I see it, if you just stick to one job, like for example, some people that are like, oh, you know, I'm gonna work for whoever, you know, like the city or the school district for 40 years, and then I'm gonna retire.
Yeah.
But you just had one job, one task, and you've seen the same fucking people for 40 years, bro.
Yeah.
That's boring to me.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? No offense to anybody, but to me, I was like, I can't. That's not me, bro. Like I just knew I was always striving for more, and I didn't want to be stuck into something and just be settled and what's that word I'm looking for? Be content.
Yeah.
I'm never, you know, to me, content is like it's bad, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
It's just dangerous.
It's dangerous, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not trying to be in that and anywhere in that aspect and that level. So I'm always searching for more.
So you said like life is like an experience, right?
Yeah.
So what would you say is like the hardest experience you've had so far? That you've had to overcome, or like that you didn't think you were going to overcome, but you overcame it somehow?
Let's see. Well, I guess moving. I don't know if it's the hardest one, but moving to Colorado was a big move.
Yeah, because you guys didn't have no fucking connections there, right? Or did you?
We had one small connection.
Oh, okay.
So, but it still wasn't like the best connection. You know what I mean? So his brother-in-law was working for a construction company out there in Colorado, and that's why we're like, maybe we get a job with him.
Mm-hmm.
So now we landed in Colorado, and we landed in Eagle. It's called Eagle, Colorado, and we stopped to get some snacks to re-up because we're hungry, we're thirsty, all the above. And there was a sign out there that said "Now hiring," and we looked at each other. We're like, "Let's apply."
You thinking what I'm thinking? Yeah.
Yeah.
Had a little shiny light on it and
No.
shit.
Yeah, it was a chalkboard right outside the store, and it said "Now hiring night stalkers." We're like, "Shit, let's do it!" Like, and it was paying more than what other jobs were paying down here, and we're like, "Let's do it. Let's apply." So, and I've always applied, and like pretty much every job I've had in a similar way. I just approached the main man, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, "Hey, I'm looking for a job." I'm like, I just confront, I go face to face. And so anyway, that's what we did. And keep in mind, I was wearing a Laker jersey. And I walked in and I was like, "Hey, we're looking for jobs. We just got here from Cali. We're planning on staying here." And just gave him a quick little, elevator pitch. And he's like, "All right." He's like, "Go fill out that application." Back then, it was applications on a computer that would take like 3 hours.
Yeah.
And so we filled out the application. A couple of days later, he's like, "You guys are starting." So now we're working a night shift. So we worked there for maybe 2 weeks. And then across the street, there was a lumber yard. And the same thing, now hiring forklift drivers. We gave each other the same look,
Yeah.
thinking what I'm thinking. Absolutely. And they were paying more. And we're like, "You know how to drive a forklift?" "No." "Do you know how to drive a forklift?" "No." "All right, let's go apply." So we went. We did the same thing, same spiel that we told the other guy at the grocery market. We told the guy at the forklift it was a lumber yard,
Yeah.
and we got hired, bro. We got hired. They were giving us the tour, and they start like at 4:30 in the morning, something like really bright, early, cold, super cold. And as he was giving us a tour, we were just paying close attention to how they were turning on these forklifts, how they were moving the handles to move the forklift, because we didn't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they put us on the forklift, and it was just learn on the go, like literally, like I learned as I went. So I think that was one of the hardest moments, because one, like you're like away from your family now. Now you're on your own. Now you got to be responsible for everything that you do, and your bills, and where you're going to live, how you're going to eat. You know what I mean? Like you have nobody to back you up now. Like
Yeah.
even if you like you're on your own. Yeah.
Fuck up, and you're on your own. Yeah.
So to the point where we were sleeping in the car. We were sleeping in the car for some time, and it was cold, freezing cold. And at that time, I had a 2002 Celica.
Yeah, I remember.
A 2002 Celica, basically is like a two-seater, little two seats in the back,
doors,
but we had all our luggage.
Yeah.
So every night, me and the homie would put all our luggage in the front seats, stuffed it like on the windshield and everything, just so we can have enough space in the back to sleep. So we're splitting like the back, and just.
So you're doing that like YouTube shit where they fucking living out the car before people are doing that shit.
Yeah,
You seen those
Pioneer,
videos?
yeah.
Yeah, you seen those videos, right?
not much. No.
No?
No.
There's videos on. You seen it, right?
Yeah, yeah. They like purposely sleep in their cars, and like that's their way of living, I guess.
Yeah. Go across the country and they could do it for cheap because they're living out their vehicles.
Okay.
So,
You were doing it
I
back in the
guess,
days.
Yeah, you were
Yeah.
like an OG, a pioneer right there. You didn't even know it.
I didn't even know, bro.
So what made you want to come back to Cali?
So I was living out there, and one of those days that we were sleeping in the car, the main guy from the lumber yard seen us, and he seen the car because the windshield was still frozen. So that's when he had a hint, like he's like, "Hold up, like you guys are sleeping in the car." He called us in his office. He's like, "Come on in, close the door." He's like, "Why are you guys sleeping in the car? I've noticed because the windshield's still frozen. So if you guys would have drove here, the windshield wouldn't have been still frozen." we're like, well, you know what I mean? We don't got much money. We're trying to rack up these next couple checks that we're making here and whatnot. So anyways, he gave us nice jackets, nice company long sleeve button up shirts. And he said, don't tell nobody, but I'm going to put you guys in that hotel across the street for a whole month.
Damn.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So he paid for our hotel for a whole month. And at that point, we were just working, back to the hotel, working, back to the hotel. And I was making money, bro, because we didn't have any bills. You know, I didn't have any, maybe just a phone bill at that time.
And food, whatever
And
you're
food,
eating,
yeah. And the food, we were getting hooked up. We were eating Subway every day because the homie's girlfriend was working at the Subway. So we were getting free Subway. And we would pay for food whenever we got sick and tired from eating Subway. So it was just very, very seldom that we were paying for food. And we weren't paying for rent. We weren't paying for electricity. We weren't paying for nothing. So I was racking up money. And my mom was like, what are you doing up there? Like, she thought I was like selling or delivering drugs or something like.
Yeah.
So I was like, Mom, I'm good. I'm gonna send you some money. Like, so she said I had to come down to fix some stuff with the DMV. I think I had my registration or something like that. And at that time, I had a dog, and I was trying to figure out what I was gonna do with the dog as well. And so she's like, you know what? I'm gonna set you up. If I set you up with the interview at the furniture place.
Your mom?
Yeah, because she was working at the furniture place.
Ashley's?
Yeah, she was working at Ashley's, and she's like, if I set you up with an interview, like, she's like, would you be willing to stay? You know, come back. I'm like, all right, go ahead, set up the interview. I'll see what's up and whatnot. So, had the interview. My luck, I got hired. Honestly, I kind of wanted to go back to Colorado.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I got hired and started working there, man. So I was working, doing deliveries, and I think that's when the hustle started, because we would get furniture from customers, stuff like old nice couches, old mattresses, or just lamps.
Shit that was still good, right?
It's really good,
Because
yeah.
that's when we would that's when we'd hang out a lot.
Yeah.
And I remember you'd hit us up like, hey dude, they give me this fucking recliner, it's just dope as fuck. There's
Right.
nothing wrong with it. They just
Right.
they got a new one. You want it? Like, fuck yeah, let's go get it.
Yeah. So I hooked up a couple
Yeah.
people, and then I would sell it sell to other people, make money, extra money on top of, the regular wages at the job, and people would tip us too. So the better you treat them, the better they would tip you, obviously, right? So
Make sure you don't fuck nothing up, moving stuff
yeah,
in the house and shit.
that was a mission, bro. That was a mission.
Hell yeah.
Like carrying heavy stuff up the stairs, and don't.
This motherfucker be moving mattresses by himself and shit up the apartments and shit.
Shit,
dog.
goddamn.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So you gotta learn techniques on how to carry things, or how to work with somebody else to carry something, and just get the job done, bro. So that's when the hustle started, because we would come up on stuff like that, and then we would resell, and on top of that, we would get the Beats by Dre, and just anything we could get our hands on, bro. We were slinging.
So is that where that because you consider yourself like an entrepreneur, right?
Right.
So for people who don't know, because I didn't know. So what is an entrepreneur, or what is it to you?
An entrepreneur, bro, could basically live a lifestyle that they want to live.
Okay.
Live a life in their own terms, not be told when to clock in, not be told how much you're worth. Because at a job, they tell you, okay, you're going to get paid $17 an hour, an example, and you're only working 40 hours a week. So you're capped out at whatever that is. And that's what you're worth to them. Entrepreneur, I feel like you dictate what you're worth. The harder you work, the more your paycheck. You know what I mean? So to me, it's freedom.
Yeah.
It's like the freedom of being where you want, with who you want, and doing what you want.
I heard too, they said that being an entrepreneur is not for everybody.
It's not.
Super fucking hard, super fucking difficult.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people, they think they want to do it until they fucking do it. Because it comes with so many failures and so many fucking mistakes that people aren't built for it. They just want the freedom
Yeah.
without having to put in a lot of work.
Yeah, it's a roller coaster, and you got to
Yeah.
learn how to manage it. You know, there's ups and downs. There's good days, there's bad days, and there's
Yeah.
So it comes with a lot. You know what I mean? It's like you said, it's not easy. It's not
Yeah,
simple.
yeah, for sure. And go ahead, my bad.
Oh no, I was just gonna ask. So you're an entrepreneur, but just out of curiosity, what are you like? What's your goal? Like, is there something you're aiming for? Like a specific thing that you're hustling for to reach, like a business or an idea or a product you're trying to launch?
Yeah, I got a couple ideas that I won't put out at the moment because I'm still working on making them come to life, and I don't want nobody to steal the idea.
Yeah, okay.
But yeah, I got some stuff lined up. But as of right now, like everybody, like most everybody, I want to definitely buy my own house, property. Not only that, get my mom a house, property, and just like I said, living at my own terms, bro. Not having to clock in. Like me working at car sales, that's not what I love to do. I know how to do it. It's not what I love to do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And one, I don't like it because why? I have to clock in, bro. I have to be there. They tell me what days I have to be there.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like they tell me what days I can take off. And if if like it's just one of those things, like I have to ask permission if I need one of those days off. That's not what I like. I don't like to have somebody tell me when I can go on break, when I can go take a lunch. So yeah, my goal is just to, that's why I do my entrepreneur stuff still. And I'm an independent distributor because I can work on my own time and I can help people. I can help families all over the world at any time. Like, so that's something that I'm building as to create passive income because I don't want to trade my time for money. You know what I mean? I want money to trade with me. You know what I mean? Like, so it's just, so I'm building on that, bro.
Yeah.
And literally like retiring early at an early age, and not necessarily retire because I don't think you ever retire because there's always projects. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But now it would give me the time to be able to work on my projects because right now my time is a little tied up due to having a job.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So, and it makes it hard to do the things that I do want to do. Like, you know what I mean? Like if it wasn't for the job, maybe I will be here every single day doing a podcast a day. You know what I mean? But I get 2 days off. So here I am on one of my days off doing this. I got church after this. I got my schedule is full.
Yeah.
So if I continue and striving for my entrepreneurship business, I'll have a free schedule, bro. And I can build income and build passive income because you build a team where you're helping them achieve their goals. So, and I think that's when success really kicks in, when you help enough people get what they want. And then you help enough people get what they want, and in return, you'll get what you want.
Mm-hmm.
So
what is it that you want? Other than like helping people and, you know what I mean, free time, like, is there something,
I
like what motivates you or what, like,
What gets you up in the morning, basically?
yeah, say if you're a fucking millionaire,
yeah.
like what's going to still drive you, or what's the still, or is it the money, or is it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, the money will help you make moves, and the moves that you want to make without having limits.
Yeah.
And
Because like I look at people like Elon Musk, who's the dude from Facebook?
Oh, Mark Zuckerberg.
All these fucking, or Joe Rogan, like fucking millionaires that they don't have to do shit.
right,
They could fucking go not do nothing, enjoy the rest of their life on a fucking beach, but they're still like working. They're still, money's not even a fucking issue. They can make all the moves in the world. They're buying fucking social media platforms.
right.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, is there something that's motivates you to keep going? Like, no matter if money was not a fucking issue.
Yeah, man. There's so many different organizations that I would love to donate to, because they already established something well. But two, help young kids. Help young kids from different avenues, from kids that are homeless, from kids that are struggling with struggling parents, kids that are in like foster homes.
Yeah.
Helping the needy, helping those that are in need, bro. Like there's a lot of people out there that are hungry. Just building an organization that can kind of serve the people around the globe.
Yeah.
Starting with, you know, the hometown and starting in Mexico, you know, just maybe building parks, you know, just helping kids, bro. And I'm big into sports. So, you know, maybe helping them build a sports organization and,
Yeah.
you know, teach basketball or, so, you know, just little things like that. Yeah, bro. But with money, there's really no
Yeah.
limits. You know what I mean? But it's like you said, I'm not trying to get rich and famous to just have the Lambo and fuck everybody else. You know what I'm saying? Like, because at the end of the day, you just got the Lambo and yourself.
Yeah.
So, but if you can really make an impact, like for example, what we're doing here, you know what I mean? Grow what we got going on here, and slowly impact others and help others become the best version of themselves.
Yeah.
You know, so like one of the things that I didn't want to mention, but I'm working on making books for kids.
Nice.
So I won't say exactly what yet.
Yeah.
But yeah, like books for kids, bro. Because I think if we impact them as a young kid, they'll grow up better. Because right now I think society's pretty messed up. All the millenniums and all that, you know what I mean? Like all the
Yeah.
people that are little.
What do you think is like the messed up, or what do you think is what can people do that they don't want to be? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They don't want to be part of the problem. They want to be a solution.
I think that is the problem. That a lot of people can't find solutions, and that they just want to resolve to anger, depression, and have a victim mentality instead of having a solution mindset. You know what I mean? Like, okay, this shit happened. How can I fix it? Versus something's happening and just crumbling and just not being grateful. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I mean, we should be grateful we're waking up every single day, no matter how much is in your bank account, right? Because if you wake up today, you have a chance to go sell some freaking oranges down the street. You have a chance to go sell some flowers down the street. And then the flowers will turn into something else, and then something else, and something else, and keep leveling up. You know what I'm saying? Because you can go make a profit on some flowers. There's a lot of people doing that.
Yeah.
They're feeding their families that way. But you take those profits, and then you get something else that's going to make you more profit, right? So you kind of like a revolving, like a snowball effect. So I think we should be grateful, you know, for waking up in the morning and just having a mindset that, like, what's next? You know what I mean? Not be worrying about the past. Stop dwelling about the past. Like, okay, what's next? How can I get myself out of my situation? All right, like you gotta realize where you're at, and have a goal, have a vision, and take action.
Yeah.
So, you know, by waking up every morning, you have that opportunity to really make something happen.
I think a lot of people, they focus too much on the goal and not the journey at all.
Yeah.
So they just want to be, and the goal is what? Stay home all day and not do shit. Like I was reading some book and they were saying, like we're put on this earth to fucking work. Like that's literally what our body is fucking made for.
Yeah.
But you ask most people, what do you do on the weekends? Well, I get to fucking hang. I get to sleep around all day, fucking not do shit.
Yeah.
Lounge around all day, right? Go eat some shitty food or whatever.
Yeah.
So I think like a lot of people focus on the fucking goal, which the goal's we were talking about that last time. The goal's the weekend instead of enjoying the 5 days you have in between.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Or like everyone's waiting for Friday. Thank God it's Friday.
Yeah,
Thank God
bro.
it's Friday. And you know, and then they go out and they get wasted. You know, they're partying, they're clubbing, and I mean they wasted. I feel like when you do that, you party on a Friday night, you waste your whole Saturday too.
Yeah, for sure.
Because now you're trying to
Catch up.
Yeah, you're trying to recover from what the actions that you took.
Yeah,
that
and
night
people
prior.
say, I don't know, I can't be successul, I can't do this, I can't do that. But then look at like
don't
you said,
got time.
your calendar's full.
Yeah.
In 5-10 years, you're gonna see all that shit pay off.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But people don't see that shit. They think that they're like we're in a society of entitlement and shit.
Right. That's a good one. Yeah.
Because we got the most fucking resources that anybody's ever fucking had.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You got a computer and your fucking phone that you could talk to people across the fucking
Right.
The world.
the world. You could order shit delivered to your phone. Whatever the fuck you want to look up, any information you want to look up, it's right there. And then I heard somebody say, with the resources we have today, if we had our grandparents' fucking work ethic, we'd be fucking millionaires.
Sheesh.
You know what I'm saying, dog?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck, that shit hit me because it's fucking true as fuck.
Yeah. Like there's really no excuses, you know what I mean? Like now that we do
Yeah.
have computers
Technology,
and our phones
yeah,
that
dog.
we can just literally look something up and have an answer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When, like you said, our ancestors had to go through it and find the answer. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And that's kind of how I like to do things too, bro. I like to find out sometimes the hard way.
I was gonna ask you soon. We're talking about finding answers. Have you read a book that really like helped you out? Because you know I'm into reading. I'm curious.
Yeah.
Have you read a book that was like, fuck, this is a really good book? You've even read it multiple times, maybe?
Yeah, Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich.
Oh, okay.
Think and Grow
That's
Rich.
a good book.
That's on my list. I
That's a
haven't
good
read
book.
it yet.
That's a good
though.
book. I read it in college. It's a good book.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Thick ass book, right?
Yeah, about this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's too thick, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a hell of a book, bro. Really good for entrepreneurs.
Okay.
It just there's so many stories in there, but there's one that's 3 feet from gold. So you guys could look it up. It's called 3 Feet from Gold. But the basic nutshell for that story was that somebody was digging, they were looking for gold, and they quit 3 feet from gold. They sold all their equipment, everything to a poor guy. And guess what that poor guy did? He fucking got somebody to give him a better map, somebody that knew more than him, to tell him what was up with that area. And that person said, it's right there. So they dug 3 more feet and he found gold.
Yeah.
So it just goes to show, like, don't quit.
Yeah.
It's right there, right in front of you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So just keep on going.
Speaking of that, has there been a time when you like felt you failed, like on your goal, to get your goal, and like how'd you bounce back from that?
Yeah. 2018, I had a DUI,
Okay.
and I had already been working in car sales for about 6 years. And the way I got into car sales, just real quick, after working for Ashley Furniture doing deliveries, I told them I was going to quit. They're like, why are you quitting? They said, I was like, because I'm like 21 years old and my back hurts. Like, this ain't cool. Like, my back was like killing me, So they're like, well, what are you going to go do? I was like, I don't know, probably sales or something.
Yeah.
So I was like, sales. I was like, not no hard work, labor. I was like, I need to go make more money. They're like, well, we have a position open in sales, at the furniture place. Like, you want to take it? I said, sign me up. So that's when I started, doing sales. I started doing sales for Ashley's Furniture. I was driving from San Bernardino to Victorville, and I met a good guy up there. That he was an old car guy back in his days, and he's like, bro, you need to be in the car sales. He's like, you'll be great. Like, he just started coaching me. He started telling me, like more or less how it goes and whatnot. So he got me in a way hired on to a place in Corona. It was Toyota Corona, and they gave me my sales license and everything. I went through the interview, and they're like, okay, you're in. I got cold feet. Right before like my start day.
Yeah.
And I was like, dang, this is commission only. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh, wasn't it hourly?
Nah.
Okay. You know how sometimes they do hourly versus commission?
nah.
Yeah.
I
Oh
was like,
shit.
damn,
Okay.
this is commission only. So anyways, dude, I backed out. And they offered me a little more money at the furniture place or a stay, whatnot. So anyways, fast forward maybe 6 months to maybe a year later, I was doing an oil change, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do it. Like, I had to. I
Talk
was
to yourself or what?
Yeah, I was beating myself up for bailing out.
Yeah.
I was beating myself up, and it was messing with me so hard. I'm like, why was I scared? Like, why? Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, do it. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
So I ended up doing it, and I was doing it right. And I was there at the Redlands Nissan store for a lot of years, and that's what I kind of built my career, in car sales. Like I got good at it, got comfortable. I actually wanted out because there was long hours, and it's a grind.
Yeah.
It's a grind. So I was, in a way, I wanted to get out, but at the same time, I was making good money. So I felt like I was kind of stuck because I was like, where else am I going to go and make this money and work? Like, I'm not working hard.
Yeah.
It's just the long hours, and it's more mental.
Yeah.
More mental than physical. So what ended up getting me out was the DUI. So that DUI led me to like a spiral downfall, bro. Because I was climbing the ladder. I was doing so good. I was being respected by some of these older car guys, and now it was like I had no job. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now I had a DUI. Now I had no job. Now I had a bunch of bills, and no paycheck. So I think that was a time that your question was the time that I went down and how
Yeah,
did I
pretty
get
much
back
like
up?
a moment in your life. Yeah, and you're
Yeah. So right there, I had to figure it out, and I had to find a way. And I just started doing everything and anything, bro.
Like what though?
I was selling TV services, like bootleg, bootleg TV services. I was programming people's Fire Sticks, selling them out the trunk. I was selling mattresses. I was selling I was like selling everything, bro. Started selling drugs. Just trying to figure it out, bro. Like I was at that point, it was like no more fear. It was like, let's figure it. Like you got to get out of this hole. And but at the same time, what bounced me back was I was going through the AA classes
okay.
and self-help, and right there, bro, was like super eye-opening because that big problem that I thought I had ended up being this small, comparing it with everybody else's problems that they were talking about. I'm like, damn, my problem's not that bad, and I'm stressing about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? People over here like really losing their family or really losing like a whole nother level, you know what I mean, of problems. I'm like, I need to be grateful. Like I'm still here. I ain't hurt nobody, and I could bounce back. And
Perspective of life's changed, basically.
yeah, bro. So that was like a savage moment for me where I'm like, all right, I'm back. Like I'm back. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
So I just had to kickstart and get back on, and ended up I did construction. A lot of people doubted me, and they were like, "Oh, you're not gonna last fucking 2 months." I lasted.
Well, I remember because we haven't talked. There's times we didn't really talk,
Yeah,
and then every time I would see him, he'd have like a different job. And I remember he told me construction. I was like, "What the fuck? Construction?"
Yeah.
Like I thought he was fucking with me,
yeah,
right? Because you never really did that type of stuff.
yeah. I didn't want to do that kind of stuff,
Yeah.
but I had to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the dealerships weren't hiring me because now I had a DUI, and the insurance they just couldn't do it. So I just had to take anything and everything, bro. So I started doing construction, dealing with the heat, dealing with the hard labor. You know, I had literally a shovel in my hand and digging holes, bro.
Yeah.
And we were doing underground water construction, which kind of funny because I'm in the water business, and we're doing underground water construction. So I got to learn like the piping system, installing them, carrying them, using the machinery, using the trailers, bobcats, all that stuff. So I went from that for a couple years, and then I ended up doing air conditioning. I got into HVAC.
Oh no shit.
Yeah.
I didn't know that one.
Yeah, so I got into HVAC, and shout out to your pops. Like he was a master HVAC mechanic, technician, and so I always knew like those guys made money, So I was like, maybe I can find a home, at the HVAC kind of jobs and whatnot.
Yeah.
So I had somebody give me an opportunity, join this company without me having any experience. And yeah, bro, I got pretty good. It was a nice learning curve. and that's what kind of like got me bouncing back.
Got your back. Okay.
And on top of that, I started doing drop shipping. I learned how to do websites. I started doing like advertisement for people. I was making like flyers and just digital marketing.
Yeah.
Got into digital marketing. I did some stuff like for Rose. I had a couple clients that were like trusting me to put some stuff together for them and their company, and build my own websites. I started selling blue light blocking glasses online. I named it iSmartLens.com, and yeah, bro. I was going to this one place. I was buying Amazon returns, a pallet of it.
I've been
and
there.
Like a whole pallet where you don't know what you're
Like
getting.
a mystery box.
It's a mystery
Yeah.
box.
It is.
It's more like you're getting this many units. I'm like, okay. You open it, some bullshit, some good stuff. You know what I mean? Some crazy stuff. You're like, oh my gosh.
You didn't even know they sold that shit. You're like, oh shit.
So what's the crazy shit you see? People want to know, dog.
I want to know.
Yeah, I want to know.
Your eyes open when you said that.
Yeah,
I want to
shit,
know.
dog.
Adult toys
Oh shit.
for both male and females.
Oh
damn.
shit. God
I
damn.
was like, man, that's
Fucking
crazy.
Amazon.
So,
He said, I can't sell these motherfuckers.
I still got some of those. I still got some
I
of
We'll
those.
cut that out. We'll cut that out.
I had to say it.
Oh shit.
But so I was selling stuff on Amazon and OfferUp, shipping stuff out all over the place. It was pretty cool, man. So, waking up next morning, it's like, oh shit, we got 15 orders. Like, all right, package and go to the mailbox, to the post office, send them out. And Amazon, I had a little fallout with Amazon because they somehow I violated something. I feel like
Wait,
I got
not with those.
no. I mean, maybe, I don't know.
I'm making sure we're clear here.
Yeah,
For the audience.
Yeah.
For the audience.
I think somebody, you know how on Instagram people could report you and they block your account.
Yeah.
I think that's what happened. with
Oh,
me.
I see. Okay.
And maybe like a competitor, seller, you know what I mean? Like I don't know. Bro.
Fucking hater.
Yeah. And so they took away one of my accounts, and Amazon kept the money too. The money that was in the holding account, they kept it. And I was like, all right, whatever. And I had another business identity because I made a cleaning company. I was cleaning for Buffalo Wild Wings, and I was running the show. I had some of my sisters, come and help me out. I hired a couple people to come help me out, and I used that business name to create another account with Amazon. Ran it for a couple more times, and a couple more months, and again, same thing happened. They shut me down. They kept the little money I had in there, so I was like, man, I got to switch it up, and that's when I got back, doing the HVAC and all that stuff, and in between. But yeah, man, it's been a journey.
So,
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Yeah. So how do you deal with the criticism? Like from all that shit that you're doing, and or haters or people who like try to, I guess, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Either talk shit or do shit to try to stop you. How do you deal with that?
It goes in one ear and right out the other, bro.
Okay.
I don't let it. I feel like everyone has an opinion, and I have my opinions, and I don't feel my opinion should stop anybody else either.
Yeah.
And so I don't feel like people's opinions should stop me from my feelings, from where I want to go and what I want to be and what I want to do. As a kid growing up, I always said, like, I want to be an astronaut. And maybe that was far-fetched, but to me it was more like, if I can become an astronaut, I can do anything.
Yeah.
It was more like a mindset that I was putting myself in. You know what I mean? I'm gonna be an astronaut. Like, I mean, I never really, never felt like I was gonna be an astronaut, but I just felt like if I can strive to be an astronaut, kind of like when they say strive for the what they say is for the moon or for the stars, and you'll reach the moon.
Yeah, something like that.
Right? So it was like, if I strive and work that hard, I'm gonna get somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you ever feel like you're like when you're stressed or overwhelmed? Like what do you do? Is there something you do to like rejuvenate yourself or recharge your your mind? Because I know all of us we're
Like
human.
burnt
So
out. You feel
yeah,
burnt out?
like is there something you do or
Yeah. Meditate.
Okay.
I've always been a fan of just meditating, trying to like take your own stress away. Sometimes working out, and in my heydays, you know, I would roll one up and burn one up.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Has that been a struggle so far or no?
at this moment, no.
No. Okay.
Yeah, I've been as far as roll one up, burn one up. You're talking about?
Yeah. If you felt like you've been burnt out and
Yeah.
you need that, like,
Not at the moment. No.
Oh, okay, that's
no. I feel like I have a better balance of myself,
Control?
and more control
Yeah, hell yeah.
of what my feelings and my stress levels and all that
Yeah.
stuff. You know, yeah, man. I don't know if I feel like maybe the whole church situation is kind of helping like relieve like my pain and my struggles. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I'm kind of
yeah.
just now it's kind of like it's on his hands. You know what I mean? Like it's not me no more.
Yeah.
So, yeah, just had to reinvent myself, bro.
Okay.
I feel like when people fuck, I forgot what I was gonna say. What I was gonna say was you said reinvent yourself, right? So when I met you, you were Carlos.
Right. That's my first name.
Okay. So when I met you, you were Carlos. That's how I knew you as. And
Right.
then I hadn't seen you for a couple of years, right? And then just recently, right? Once we got each other on social media,
Yeah.
because it was always Carlos, and then social media, right?
Well,
When I added you, that's when I seen that it was Martin.
yeah. Well, for the last 4 years, I've been going by Martin.
Like professional, like okay.
yeah.
But I had already known you.
Yeah, I just didn't want
It's
to.
hard to, yeah,
Yeah, I just didn't like tell you like.
that you wanted to go by.
I kind of even so that was like I entered my inner ego, and Martin is my father's first name, and Martin is my middle name.
Okay.
So I feel like I was blessed with two names. You know what I mean? And I feel like I had already messed up my first part of life, going by Carlos. Right? Not like I left a bad name on myself, but more like I was giving myself a fresh start. That's what it was. I was giving myself a fresh start, just knowing like, okay, I'm gonna change. I'm gonna be better. I'm just gonna dedicate the rest of this life to my father.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And if I can be half the man that he was, I might be all right.
Yeah.
So just changing my name kind of gave me a fresh slate, and like I hit the restart button. So at that point, when I started introducing myself as Martin to everybody, but all my old friends would know me as Carlos, it was kind of like flipping the page in like a new chapter, and I knew where everyone stood. Like, all right, these were my old friends, and these are my new friends.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean? Like all my old friends, I didn't really like push it on them. Like, hey, you need to call me Martin, because I just wanted to know where I just kind of like a bookmark. I needed a divider, and so yeah, man, I just started going by Martin. That's my new.
I like that
Yeah,
because I could relate to that too, like reinventing yourself, and like some people do different stuff, right?
yeah,
Some people shave their head, some people shave their facial hair or whatever. But that I like that. You know what I mean? It's like like it's true to yourself. Like you have to believe it so much because other people start calling you something different. So you like how do you say it? You start to accept it and embrace it. And now you have that image to live up to.
yeah. It's like a new identity, bro.
Yeah.
It's like a new you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I was blessed with two names. You know, first name, middle name, and why not use it?
Yeah, for sure. I like that.
Well, since you're talking about the whole reinventing thing, if you can go back and talk to your younger self, is there something you'd tell that younger you, Carlos, or I mean, any advice for just people that are starting out in this savage journey? Anything that you can pass down?
Yeah, man, it's a hard road. You know, it's nothing's. There's no handouts. It's not going to be easy, especially those that grow up without a father or without a mother. You know, it's difficult, bro. Because you know what I mean. Like either you need the male figure or you need the female figure to kind of mold you into that one person. So just don't give up. You know what I mean? Like it's going to be a struggle. It's going to be a road, But at the end of the day, it's the journey what counts. It's like what you do with those struggles. You know what I mean? Because you have to be curious, and you have to fight through like confrontation, and you have to just get through it, bro. And I think that's what builds you as a stronger person. It's like going through those challenges. So don't be scared of it. You know what I mean? Like, even though if you feel like you're ready to quit, if you feel like things are getting harder and you can't like find a way out, just know like there is a way out, and then you can always find a way out. You just gotta stay focused. You gotta stay focused and trust yourself, and help others along the way. I feel like that's one thing that's helped me. I've always made good friends. I've always helped them out. So in the time of need, like I've never had a hard time finding a job. People want me to go work with them, that kind of stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
People want me around them. Like they know like I'll figure it out. They know I'm gonna not do them wrong. You know what I mean? Like that kind of stuff. So just have good values for yourself. You know what I mean? Value yourself. Like give yourself, be proud of yourself. You know what I mean? Like have, like when the room is dark, act like there's always a camera on you. Like how are you gonna act if there's always a camera on you 24/7?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So someone's always watching. So that's the way I see it, bro. My dad's always watching. So I can't be a coward. I can't be a failure. I can't, you know what I mean? I can't do wrong for people, bro, because I'm being watched.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's gonna come in return for me. So yeah, just do good, man, and stay strong. Be a savage.
Yeah, for sure. And which one of your biggest regrets?
One of my biggest regrets.
One of your biggest so far?
Man, that's a good question. One of my biggest regrets. Man, I don't know.
What is something that somebody that's so misunderstood about you, that people have the wrong perception?
Yeah.
They might meet you and they might think something, but it's totally off. Like
Maybe I want to say a lot of people think that I'm just about to sell because they just know me. Like growing up, like I've always been in sales, and sometimes I come off as a salesman, like the salesman talk or whatever, you know what I mean? But I truly am genuine trying to help people. So sometimes they're not just another number, another sale, you know what I mean? Just because sometimes I promote products that could be life-changing, you know what I mean? That products that I believe in. So yeah, it's just, I think that's one of the things, you know, nowadays that people might get the wrong idea from me, that they're like, oh, he's just trying to make some money. He's just hustling. He's just, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's on the grind. So I don't want to just buy from him because he's just selling some shit. But no, I genuinely care for people, bro. You know what I mean? Like for example, what we're doing here, spending time to, one, iron sharpens iron, right? And if we sharpen our iron, we're able to help others sharpen their iron. So yeah, just always on the move for helping people.
Yeah.
All the time. Like, I don't think everybody that knows me, I don't think they can tell you that, oh, he's never helped me. In time of need, he never came through. Yeah. Like, I feel like I'm clutch, bro. Like, you need me, call me, I'm there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I'll do what I can.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. I know you've been there for me a lot, too. You know, back in the days and shit, we used to, all the time, hey, what are you doing? What are you doing? Let's fucking roll. All right, let's go. Mm-hmm. Kind of how you went to Colorado.
Yeah.
You always kind of been like that. In the moment, fuck it, let's go.
Yeah.
What are you doing? You need help with this? All right, let's go.
Yeah. I remember when, was it a truck that I had and you didn't have a license?
Yeah.
And we send you to go get, I don't know, to
some
the
pizza
store
or
something.
Shit, yeah.
But he had no license, and he's like, I just threw him my keys. He's like, "Are you sure?" I'm like, "Yeah, man. Like, just go."
Yeah, I thought he was fucking with me.
So you went?
Huh?
You went?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah. I didn't just go get the pizzas. I took that shit around San Bernardino a little bit, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was cool though, bro. Like just things that you do. You know what I mean? Like kind of like things. Sometimes I try to do things for other people that I didn't get a chance to have. You know what I mean?
The help you never got,
Right,
type of thing.
right. Like so.
It's that big brother in you, bro. That's what it is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know. Like I said, you don't have any other brothers, so you're that big brother. So I see what you're talking about.
Yeah, like there's a lot of things that I wish I would have experienced or interacted or had, but I'm like, okay, I can't bitch and moan that I didn't have it. Now what can I do? Like, what's the closest thing for me having it? Giving it.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like they say, like, is it better to receive or to give?
Yeah.
I think giving is better.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean?
For sure.
You're receiving something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're still receiving. It's just not how
Yeah.
people, think you are.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
receive joy in helping others, and then it's boomerangs back to you, bro.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
For
Like,
sure.
Yeah. I think you'll always get what you put in. Life is like a ATM, bro. What you put in, you can get out. But if you don't put nothing in that ATM, you can't get nothing out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Or if you put in bad shit, bad
Yeah.
shit's
Bad
gonna
shit,
come out.
yeah.
You know
yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. If you think and say and behave and treat others like shit, you're gonna get the same thing, bro.
Yeah.
Energy reflects.
So what do you do when negative people try to be like you work with somebody negative or there's negative people around you? How do
Stay
you
away.
Well, what about if you can't? Like the job, like so you
Yeah.
work somewhere and you can't at work anyways.
Like your boss or something, like negative energy. How do you deal with
Yeah.
that?
Or a family member that you I guess can't stay away from.
Mm-hmm.
How do you deal with that?
I guess try to give them the best advice that you can give them. At the end of the day, you can't fix nobody's problems. They have to fix themselves.
Yeah.
You can't feel bad for people for their decisions and their stubbornness. You know what I mean? Like if for example, if I fail in something and somebody tells me like this is the way to do it, you should try to do it this way, and they have the results, they've shown me that they, you know what I mean? I'm gonna take that advice, bro. But if I don't take that advice and keep doing what I'm doing and keep, running into the same problems, then I got a problem.
Yeah.
Because I got a problem of being stubborn. I got a problem being not willing to change. You know what I mean? And in this world, everything's changing daily.
Yeah.
So you have to think different. You have to always be improving. The day you stop learning is the day you stop dying. You start dying.
Yeah.
So I'll say that again. The day you stop learning, that's the day that you start dying. So, pick up the book. You know what I mean? It's YouTube University. You know what I mean? Like you can learn anything. Like, so don't tell me you can't do it. You won't do. You know what I mean? You don't know how. Like, it's all there. You know what I mean? If you don't know it, like somebody does, ask. Just knowing your resources. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I heard. I always say it to you too. So like they say insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result.
Yeah.
So it's kind of the same thing like what you just said.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Some people try the same thing and why the fuck isn't it working?
Yeah.
Like you're fucking crazy. Why do you think you're gonna get different result when you're doing the same shit?
Yeah.
You gotta pivot, you gotta adjust, you gotta recalibrate, do something, right?
Yeah, and the most important thing, you got to change your attitude. You know what I mean?
for
Because
sure.
if you have a negative attitude, you're going to attract negative people into your life. You're going to attract negative situations into your life.
Yeah.
And then you're going to respond to those negative situations in a negative way. And two negatives don't make a negative right there. You know what I mean? Like you're just going to get more in a bigger hole, bigger stress, bigger, just it's not a good road.
Yeah.
So you got to be smart and just know how to come back better, and be a better person
Yeah.
at the end of the day, because no one's going to save you.
Yeah. I heard somebody say, because you know how you said when you stop learning, that's when you die.
Mm-hmm.
I heard somebody say too, like most people die in their 30s, but we don't get around to burying them until they're like 80.
Sheesh, yeah.
Yeah. You're just flowing.
Well, it's because most people, their spirit dies.
Mm-hmm.
Once they hit their 30s, that's when they get married. That's when their kids are kind of a certain age or stuck. They're usually their career, they're already so far, they're committed to it. They can't see themselves changing
Yeah.
to a new career. So they might live in the same house, maybe switch car a couple times, go on a couple vacations, but progression-wise, life-wise, like leveling up, they're fucking dead.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they're content and they're, nothing wrong. Some people, like you said, entrepreneurship's not for everyone.
Yeah,
And,
for sure.
Some people are just fine living that life, but man, that's not life. That's not a life that I want.
Even not just the entrepreneurship, but I think even like if somebody is a fucking cabinet maker, be the fucking better cabinet maker, or be the boss of the fucking cabinet maker,
Yeah.
or be the supervisor, be the manager,
Yeah, create a company.
or somebody's a fucking parent, be a better parent.
Yeah.
You know, put them in sports, be the fucking coach, be an example.
Exactly.
Put them in some martial arts. There's always something, even if
Right.
you don't want to conquer the fucking world, make a big company, become Jeff Bezos. There's always something you could fucking level up on.
Right.
You know
that's,
what I mean?
That's a very good
Even
point.
some women, they could become better cooks for their family, give them better food, better quality food.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
that's a very good point, man.
So I think a lot of people when they hit the 30s, that's when they're just kind of, I don't know. I see them walking around like zombies, waiting for Friday.
Yeah.
You're just going where the wind takes them. Just
You know what I'm saying, dog?
Here,
It's
I'm
like-
here now. Okay, now go over there and just
Before they know it, they're in their 40s, 50s, and then they're like, oh, it's all downhill. Well, it's downhill because you're fucking looking, you're going downhill.
Yeah.
what is it? They can't wait to retire. Type of talk.
Yeah.
Oh man, I can't wait to retire so I can
Yeah,
live my
bro.
life now. And it's like, well, what happened the rest of the time you had?
Yeah.
Could have still done something.
You know, two things that like when people greet you, like nowadays where they're like, "Hey, what's up, bro? How you doing? Just chilling? What are you doing? Just chilling?" I'm like, "I ain't chilling, bro.
Yeah.
You might be chilling. I ain't chilling. Like you don't know what I do.
Yeah.
Like it's like a way of greeting somebody nowadays. You know what I mean? Like the younger generation that they say that, and it's like, I'm not chilling, bro.
Yeah.
Like I'm not Netflixing it. I'm not like
Yeah.
just because you go home and play video games. Like that's not what I'm doing. Like I'm doing stuff. I'm learning. I'm growing. I'm building. And another thing is when they say, when you ask them how they're doing, you know, on a new day, and they say, just another day.
I fucking hate that.
Just another
Even
day.
though I've said it at times, don't get me wrong. I've said it. You know what I mean?
Same shit, different day.
Yeah, I hate doing that, and I try not to do it myself.
Yeah.
Or
Because
even
it's
when
not,
people
the,
say-
it's not the same shit.
Yeah.
And it's a whole new day, bro.
Yeah,
A whole new day that you have an opportunity to be great.
yeah,
You know what I mean? But they're already choosing from the morning to just make it the exact same way as it was yesterday.
yeah. That's what I say. I try to say that when people say how you doing. I try to say I don't even say good. I say great. How you doing? Great. Like, and people look at it as cockiness. Like, what the fuck you mean you're doing great?
Yeah. I say I'm blessed.
Yeah.
I'm blessed.
Yeah.
Having a great day.
People don't realize that their words hold value and shit. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
I heard somebody say something like that's why they call it spelling, because you kind of with your words you're putting a spell over your shit.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And I was like, damn, that's fucking crazy. I never thought about it like that.
Yeah. I can't think on top of my head right now, but there's a book. Oh, it's called Word Magic. There's a book called Word Magic. I heard it on audio version. Damn, so good, bro. So good. But it's yeah, you're casting spells on
Yeah.
yourself. And yeah, you nailed that, bro.
Yeah.
So it's like treat yourself right. You know what I mean? Talk to yourself right. Don't down talk yourself.
I remember too back in the days when you used to live. We went to your house one time, and that was the first time I've ever seen it. He had a bunch of either quotes or phrases or goals. I think there were quotes or like waking up
On my whiteboard.
written. No, it was on your mirror
Oh yeah.
in the restroom.
Yeah.
And I didn't have social media, so I never seen nobody post some shit like that. And I walked in his restroom like, what the fuck, this
Fucking
motherfucker?
voodoo and shit. You're
I
like,
was like,
what
what's
the
this fool
fuck?
doing, dog?
Yeah.
Who's over here writing some Bloody Mary shit on the window?
Yeah.
I mean, on the mirror. And then I seen, I was like, oh shit, that's fucking dope. Like hell yeah.
Yeah, I was writing good quotes and stuff that I needed to get done.
Yeah.
And if you don't got a whiteboard and there's plenty of mirrors, I'm sure there's mirrors or glass in your home, and use that.
I'll put that shit as my background on my phone too, or my computer.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You got. I like to surround myself with positivity, or like some type of fucking,
Yeah.
some type of quote. Do you have a quote that you either go back to or put in your head, your mantra, some shit like that?
Just always believe in yourself and never quit. That's a big one. And like one of my mentors says, if you don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great.
Yeah.
And that one right there, bro, is like, it's to me, it's a phrase that just pretty much is no excuses. You know what I mean? There's no excuse why to start. Like you don't have to know it all to start.
Yeah.
There's some people that they get too caught up on, I gotta figure it all out before I start. You know what I'm saying? Like dive in. That's the only way. How do you learn how to swim?
They threw me in the pool.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm still working on it.
You don't know how to swim?
So.
We gotta throw you in the pool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Neighbors got one. We'll throw you in right now. We'll throw you in after the podcast.
Oh, okay.
So it's just one of those things, bro. You just have to dive in
Yeah.
and learn how to do it. Like your body naturally is gonna figure out how to do it.
Yeah. It's the fear.
Yeah.
That's what stops everybody. Fear.
Yeah.
It's always fear. It's not the fact that you can't do it. It's just you're scared you can't.
Yeah.
So, like you said, just jump in, dive in. I guess you'd say.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Fear is good. It lets you know. It reminds you you're alive.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because if you don't, I don't know. There's been a while where I wasn't scared of anything really, and I was like, man, I kind of miss it honestly. Until doing this fucking podcast.
Fucking, you were fucking dead inside way.
Pretty
That's what it was.
Pretty
You
much,
were like,
dude.
fuck it.
Yeah, like
Fuck
whatever
it.
happens. Well, nothing really scared me.
Yeah.
And it was kind of cool in a while because nothing fucking scared me. But then I wasn't really doing nothing to fucking scare me.
Yeah.
You know
Or
what I
nothing
mean?
that challenged you, basically. Nothing
Yeah,
that pushed you
much.
to that
It
new
did.
level.
It kind of did, but it was like fuck it. Like it was more physical, I guess, working out and you know what I mean, shit like that. But it was not really getting out of my comfort zone too much.
Right.
Reflecting on it now.
Yeah.
Even like today before the podcast, I was like, man, this is the first podcast I'm actually nervous
Yeah.
for. You know what I mean? So it's just, it reminds you that you're alive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that you're doing something that you would normally not be doing.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man, it's big, you know.
So is there anything else you want to share with everybody listening? About what they can expect from you? You know what I mean? Moving here on forward or anything like that?
Yeah, well, you know, I'm on a sober journey right now. I'm 72 days in, I believe. It's 72, 73 days in. Want to continue, you know what I mean? I want to continue to, one, help grow the podcast and help people get in the best shape of their life, you know, physically, mentally, financially. So just, you know, go for the ride. Go for the ride. Trust your intuition. Trust yourself. And never give up. You know what I mean? Don't let nobody tell you that you can't. And because winners never quit and quitters never win.
What reminds me of my elementary school. They used to be on the back of our folders.
Really?
Yeah. It was never, yeah, like we said earlier, a winner never quits and a quitter never wins.
For real?
That's literally what our binder said, or a folder. I was like, oh, shit.
Wow.
So it's funny you mentioned that.
Yeah, bro. You know what I mean? Like if you say you can't, you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
And if you say you can, you're absolutely right. You know what I mean? So it's like we have the remote to your life. You know what I mean? Like you can change the channel right now.
Yeah.
You can choose to be a different person right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can choose to be the same person right now. You know what I mean? It takes a second to really change. And you know, do what you got to do to change. If it's like you say, you got to cut your hair, your beard, give yourself a new name. You know what I mean? Like just there's so many ways to really like to become a new person.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like you don't have to physically change like your appearance or anything. You know what I mean? You don't have to put a wig on or anything to be a new person, but it's all mental.
Yeah.
It's all mental and it's all the vision that you start casting. You know what I mean? So yeah, just you know.
People have to know too, even if they don't make that choice, staying the same is still making a choice.
Yep.
You're choosing to stay the same.
Yeah.
So either way, you're gonna make a choice.
Yeah.
You choose the one where you get better, it might be harder, or you choose the one where you
stay
stay
the same.
the fucking same or get worse.
Yeah.
So the
'Cause
one
time-
I choose
Yeah.
is being a savage over average.
Oh, for sure.
You know what I mean? Like so that's life right there.
For sure.
Yeah, man.
Hell yeah.
You guys got anything else? Any more?
I think that about wraps it up.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
So I hope you guys enjoyed our podcast. Hope you guys got to know some more about Martin. And I hope you guys are going to put in your pre-orders for your guys' hats, your guys' shirts.
Yeah. Get your merch.
And thank you guys. We appreciate you guys for staying towards the end. We really appreciate it. We're doing our best here with this editing and audio and everything. So yeah, you guys have a fucking great week. We know it's Monday. We want you guys to fucking get after it. Let's go.
That's right. Get
Let's
it.
go.
Peace out.